Welcome back to Bizarre Bureau. Today, we're journeying to a place of profound mystery, deep in the arid coastal plains of Peru. Imagine stumbling upon drawings so colossal, they can only be truly seen from the sky. We're talking about the Nazca Lines, gigantic geoglyphs etched into the desert floor over 2,000 years ago. For centuries, these enigmatic figures, a spider, a monkey, a hummingbird, and hundreds of other geometric shapes, have baffled scientists and ignited our imaginations. Who created them? Why? And most importantly, who were they for? Some say they were messages to the gods, giant celestial calendars. Others propose a far more radical theory, that these were ancient runways, evidence of forgotten technology, or even contact with extraterrestrial visitors. Today, we're diving deep into the sands of time to unravel one of history's greatest puzzles. Are you ready? Let's get started. To truly grasp the scale of the Nazca Lines, you have to understand where they are. The Nazca Desert is one of the driest places on Earth. The lack of rain, wind, and extreme temperatures has preserved these delicate lines for millennia. They were created by the Nazca culture, who flourished in this region between 100 BCE and 800 CE. They made these geoglyphs by removing the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles that cover the surface of the desert, revealing the light-colored sand underneath. The lines themselves are typically only 4 to 6 inches deep. It's a deceptively simple technique for creating something so enduring and vast. The figures range from simple lines and trapezoids to complex representations of animals and plants. The hummingbird, for example, stretches over 300 feet long. The spider is about 150 feet, and these are just two of nearly 1,000 known figures. The sheer size and precision are mind-boggling, especially for a civilization without modern surveying tools. How did they maintain such perfect proportions and straight lines over such vast distances? This question brings us to our first major theory. The Nazca Lines were a form of celestial worship. This is the most widely accepted theory among mainstream archaeologists. Proponents like the late Maria Reich, a German mathematician and archaeologist who dedicated her life to studying the lines, believe they functioned as a massive astronomical calendar. Reich, often called the Lady of the Lines, spent decades mapping and cleaning the figures. She suggested that many of the lines align with the rising and setting of the sun, moon, and important stars during key times of the year, like the solstices. For an agricultural society living in a harsh environment, tracking celestial events would have been crucial for predicting seasons and planning planting and harvesting cycles. The animal figures might represent constellations or have symbolic religious meanings tied to the sky gods, who they believe controlled the weather and provided water, the most precious resource in the desert. From this perspective, the Nazca people weren't drawing for someone in the sky to see, but rather drawing with the sky, creating a sacred landscape that mirrored the cosmos. Another related idea is that the lines were part of elaborate rituals to summon water. Anthropologists Johann Reinhard and Anthony Aveni have presented compelling evidence linking the geoglyphs to water and fertility. They argue that the straight lines often point directly towards sources of water, like underground aquifers or rivers flowing from the Andes Mountains. The figures themselves, like the spider, often associated with rain in Andean mythology, or the hummingbird, a symbol of life and fertility, could have been offerings or prayers to the gods for rain. Imagine entire communities walking along these sacred pathways, chanting and praying in a massive ritual procession designed to appease the deities who held the power of life and death over their crops and their people. In this view, the lines weren't meant to be seen from above at all, but to be experienced from the ground as a physical act of devotion. This theory feels very grounded, connecting the Nazca spiritual beliefs directly to their survival needs in a challenging landscape. But what if the Nazca Lines weren't for gods on high, but for humans in the sky? This is where we enter the realm of alternative theories, the most famous of which was popularized by Erich von Däniken in his 1968 book, Chariots of the Gods. Von Däniken looked at the long, straight lines, some stretching for miles, and saw something familiar. airport runways. He proposed that the Nazca Lines were landing strips for extraterrestrial spacecraft. The animal figures, he argued, might have been navigational markers for these alien pilots, or perhaps even a way for the local population to signal to their sky gods and welcome them back. This ancient astronaut theory captured the public's imagination. After all, why create drawings that can only be fully appreciated from a bird's eye view, or higher, if you don't have the means to fly? It's a tantalizing question that seems to defy a simple earthbound explanation. While the alien runway idea is exciting, it has been largely dismissed by the scientific community due to a lack of concrete evidence. The desert floor is soft and couldn't support the landing of a heavy spacecraft. Plus, many of the lines end abruptly or lead to nowhere in particular. But the core question remains: did the Nazca people have their own form of flight? In the 1970s, a group of researchers led by Jim Woodman decided to put this to the test. They argued that the Nazca could have created hot air balloons using the materials and technology available to them at the time, namely tightly woven textiles for the envelope and reeds for the basket. They even found ancient pottery depicting what some interpret as balloon-like objects. So they built a balloon, which they named Kondarai, using only ancient methods. And guess what? It flew. It didn't fly for long, only for a few minutes, but it proved that it was technologically possible for the Nazca to have taken to the skies, at least for short periods. Could they have used these simple balloons to direct the creation of the lines from above? It's a fascinating possibility that bridges the gap between divine messages and human ingenuity. So, let's circle back. Messages to the gods, a giant astronomical calendar, ritual pathways to summon water, or ancient flight paths. What's the verdict? The truth is, there might not be a single answer. It is highly probable that the Nazca Lines served multiple purposes over the hundreds of years they were created and maintained. Perhaps they started as ritual pathways, which then evolved to incorporate astronomical alignments, all while holding deep symbolic meaning. The figures could be clan totems, maps of spiritual journeys, or illustrations from their mythology. What we see as a single unified mystery was likely a complex, evolving cultural practice. The large trapezoids might have been ceremonial spaces for large gatherings, while the animal figures were sacred sites for specific clans or deities. The beauty of the Nazca Lines is that they can accommodate all these interpretations at once. They are a testament to a culture's deep connection with their environment, their spirituality, and the cosmos. One thing is certain: the Nazca people were brilliant engineers and artists. Without wheels, without written language as we know it, they transformed the barren desert into a monumental canvas. They possessed a sophisticated understanding of geometry and project management that still impresses us today. The lines are a silent, sprawling testimony to their creativity and their worldview. They remind us that ancient cultures were not primitive, but possessed complex knowledge systems and achieved incredible feats that we are still trying to fully comprehend. The mystery isn't just about why they built them, but how. The dedication and social organization required to create and maintain these lines for generations is perhaps the biggest marvel of all. The Nazca Lines continue to be a source of wonder and a focal point for research. New technologies, like drones and satellite imagery, are revealing more and more geoglyphs every year, hidden from view for centuries. Each new discovery adds another piece to this incredible puzzle, deepening our appreciation for the Nazca culture. Whether they were speaking to the gods, tracking the stars, or just celebrating the world around them, they left behind a message across time. A message that says, we were here, we looked to the skies, and we left our mark upon the earth. What do you think? Were the Nazca communicating with gods, aliens, or simply with each other through generations? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey at the Bizarre Bureau. If you enjoyed peeling back the layers of this ancient mystery, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the unexplained. Ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay curious.